Welcome back, everyone. Om Jai Sai Ma. My name is Triveni Das. If I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm the managing director of Awaken Life. I'm also a Mahamandaleshwara, Brahmachari, and a monk. You can see my orange here. And joining me, of course, you've met Lalita Shree Ma, who is the MC of our global address. So thank you for sticking around. What we're going to do now is we're going to have an opportunity to dive a little bit more into this upcoming program, HealthSpan by Design, specifically informed by what type of questions you may have. Since we began this program a number of months ago, I was speaking with Sai Ma, and Ma said, I want to create this program, HealthSpan by Design. Right? We think about lifespan is how long we live, and health span is how long we live healthily, vibrantly, fully alive. And oftentimes we see in our society today that the health span starts to decline before the end of our lifespan. And we see this a lot in the chronic disease and pain and suffering that happens in the elderly in our society today. And so as you heard about Ma speak about in the global address, Ma is committed to creating a new paradigm for health, a new paradigm of what's available for our body, where our health span can not only reach our lifespan, where we're vibrant through our entire life experience, but we can get healthier and more vibrant over time. So what we're going to be doing now is opening up to see what type of questions you may have about this upcoming program. Lalita Shree Ma will be one of the teachers for the program, as well as I. You met Dr. Ankit. He'll be one of the teachers. And the main teacher is going to be Her Holiness Sai Ma. So I'd love to just open it up. If you want to go ahead and put into the chat any questions that you may have, Lalita and I will do our best to answer them, and we'll just kind of explore the conversation from there. So if you can go ahead and put any questions you may have into the chat, and if you can ask about the content of the program, you could ask logistics about it, anything that's there for you, specifically if there's anything that perhaps is in the way of, okay, I'm on the fence, I don't really know if I want to participate or not, what question might answer that. Anything you want to add, Lalita, before we start answering the questions that are starting to pop into the chat?
Let's dive in.
All right, so there's a few logistics. So let me just cover a few logistics point, and then we'll go into the other elements of it. So the timing of the program is going to be Saturday, October 8th to Sunday, October 9th. And the program is going to run from 9 till 5 Eastern time. So I see there's a question around GMT. So I don't want to mess that up in terms of Eastern time. So if you convert Eastern time to your time zone, then you would see that. So I think GMT is what, 4 hours after. So that would be something like 11 till 9, something like that. So that'll be Saturday and Sunday. The program is going to be that 8 hours long. We're going to have, it'll be probably divided up into 4 sections with some short pauses and a little bit longer pause in the middle. And right now, Sai Ma is going to be teaching most of the program. We'll probably have teachers introduce an element, Ma will come in for longer, teachers introduce an element, Ma come in for longer, and continue that rhythm 4 times throughout each day.
And be ready for all kinds of surprises from Ma.
We do the best we know to plan. And as you may have experienced in the global address today, Sai Ma is very spontaneous. And so we adjust to that for sure. I see there's some other few logistics questions, and there's some content questions as well. So logistically, it's going to be offered in English with French and Japanese translation. So we will not be offering German or Spanish at this point, although we may make this program available in those languages at some point in the future. But the intent is this is not the last time we offer this program. So Lalita, there's a question, if you want to start with it, and we can go from here. How is this program distinct or different than conscious biohealing or deep energy healing, deep energetic healing?
It's a great question. One thing is that Ma's work is always evolving. So any new program we have, Ma is bringing new energy to us. So regardless of the content. With the content, the conscious biohealing was working a lot with different systems of the body and going through and illuminating each system. It was taught by many different doctors. In this program, it's a full 2-day immersion. biohealing was a little bit of content each day for a few weeks, I think. So this is a full immersion where our physical matter we're just bathing in this energy. And Ma will be working very deeply with our DNA, our cells, our organs, and really creating that transformation from the inside. And bringing this real ascension work to us. There will not be very much tactical information about what to do in our life. We'll address that very briefly because it's important how we live our lifestyle. But the depth of this program is so much about going into the energetic work with the cells and Ma's work with us. And the deep energetic healing Ma worked, it was a much shorter program, first of all. This is 2 full days instead of a few hours. There will be working with some of the emotional aspect and the beliefs that keep our unhealthy condition there in our bodies, and really deep clearing of that, and then just diving more light and more light and more light. That's the best I can answer it. And none of us know what Ma's going to do. Truly, we're going to wait and see.
Yes. And the way that we've been thinking about this is Lalita shared our primary focus is going to be on that quantum energy work that we got to experience some with Ma today. Doesn't mean we won't be touching upon that outer action lifestyle, that's so important. And then we'll also be touching upon that inner world action. So working with our beliefs and our limiting beliefs around our body and our health and how we can transform that. And then the bulk of it is really going to be that specialty Ma brings forward, which is that energetic work. And then, so there's a few logistics here that I see coming in here. So question around, is this the last time this will be presented? Like anything Ma does, it's never going to be repeated in the same way. Our intent is this program will be offered again. However, as it's going to be offered up here, Ma doesn't repeat the same thing exactly the same time ever. As far as pricing and recordings, so the main price, as we mentioned earlier, the cost for the weekend intensive is $650, which is a phenomenal deal if you consider what we're going to be getting for this program. As a special offer for attending the global address, you can get the program for the $495. And if one of my team can drop what that code is into the chats, you can access that. And if you're a Grand Design member, you can get it for $395 as well, which is less than that. Grand Design members are a core membership offer, which is now available. So that's what's there. For those of you who do purchase the program and want to access the recording, we're selling a recording of the program for $108, but that's only available for you if you participate in the program. So those are just some logistics about it, of what's happening over those 2 days there. So yes, it will be recorded, different rates available, depending if you're a Grand Design member or if you came to the global address with us today.
Does Saima focus on any detoxification? This is a really interesting question. In my experience, Ma does the ultimate detox, where Ma goes into the cells and clears out the energy that's there that is very toxic. The energy, remember we saw those slides where you have all the darkness in the auric field and then all the light shining. Ma's clearing out, and we with Ma are clearing out all of that lower frequency energy. That's one level of detox that we don't normally hear about. And then our cells have room to breathe. And when there's light, our body and our immune system and our nervous system naturally move into coherence. So our body's innate intelligence can do the very physical work of detoxing, because our bodies have those mechanisms in them. And there's just so much stuff that keeps our bodies from doing what they're built to do. As far as very tangible, like do a sauna, take this fast, like tangible things we can do to detoxify, we'll have resources that we point you towards, but that's not going to be a big topic that we'll spend a lot of time on. What else? Will Ma speak about the effects of antibiotics on the body? I don't know. I don't know what exactly Ma will speak about.
Yeah, we have an intense for what Ma will speak about, but as you experience today, and if you've known Ma for a while, we see it over time, is Ma is constantly using Ma's body as a laboratory for the possibility of what is available for us as human beings as we go to the next level, is in our evolution and the shift of consciousness and increasing in the energy and increasing technology on the planet and so on and so on. And so Ma is going to be bringing the latest of where Ma is after Ma's time in Egypt and all of the work Ma's doing. Ma spoke about bringing that immortality, which is such a focus of ancient Egypt, to today's world as well. So all of that's going to be there. And then there also, our intent is to have time for some question and answer as well. So it'll also depend on you all. What questions do you bring forward? What's most important and most interesting for you that you can bring forward as well? So it's going to be a co-creation in that sense. So I see here, is there anything we can do to best prepare for the event? I love that question. Do you want to speak to that, Lalita?
Keep your frequency high. And how do we do that? Look at where are your thoughts directed? Where are you focused? When Ankit asked Ma, what's the one thing we can do? Ma said, imagine yourself as a light body. Imagine your aura shining bright. Every moment you're focused on that, you're elevating yourself. And our mind can only focus one place at a time. So the alternative is you're thinking about things that make you feel stressed out, that bring you into conflict, that make you feel depressed. So it's a very conscious, where are we putting our attention? That's in our mind, and that affects our emotional state. And then I would say really notice what you're eating. Eat clean, light food, like Ma said. And see how you can have a balanced lifestyle. And really know that the work has already started. The program has already started. We're going to be with Ma for 2 days, but Ma's in this work. We are part of this work. We received these transmissions today, and they are continuing. There's not one moment Ma's not continuing to build this, and we're part of that. So just welcome Ma, focus on your own light, whatever has you uplift yourself. That's what I would say.
Yeah, thank you, Lalita. And also invite you to re-listen to the global address today. We'll be putting out the recording, and there's so much in there that you can keep going deeper and deeper with. Now, there's some more questions about timing and pricing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen for a minute. I know I'm very visual, so that can help. So this is our landing page for the program. It's wakenlife.love/healthspan-by-design. And on here, right, earlier I spoke about this typical HealthSpan by design, what's available for us. On this page, there's a little clip of Ma speaking about Never Meant to Die. You'll see here the pricing, the general pricing is $650. Early bird is expired, but the same $695 as we extended if you came to the global address today, and then the Grand Design membership right here. I also want to point out something else. At the bottom here, there's the event schedule. So you'll see it's 9 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday. This is in Eastern time. And then there's an energy session at 6 p.m., which I'll speak to in a minute. If finances are an obstacle for your participation, we do have a limited number of scholarships available, and the application is available under the Q&A. And then to remind to answer the questions about the recording. So all of that is there. The energy session is an optional offering that takes place on Saturday after the program. It's an hour-long remote energy session where Ma goes into Ma's meditative work. Each one of us is invited to lie down or relax, and then Ma is doing very specific work. It's distinct from the program because we'll be getting activations and energy and meditation, and all of that's going to be happening. So you won't miss anything in that sense. And the energy session is a specific time where it's tailored for you. What's going to serve you in that moment, where Ma holds each and every one of us for that. And that's, of course, an optional add-on. So let's see what other questions we have. The code for the grand design is on your membership platform. So you'll be able to access that there, or email support, and we can help you with that.
Will Saima be giving energy transmissions as part of being more healthy? Yes. 100% of this program is a giant energy transmission to bring our physical bodies into more vibrant health. And we'll be learning tools so that we can continue to do that ourselves. Let's see what else. Triveni, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I see some questions around, does each person need to register for the program or not? What I would say, it's our strong recommendation that each person register individually. And the reason for that is just what we're speaking about, those energetic activations that take place throughout. By getting your name in the list, by having that, there's that energetic exchange that happens there. If finances are an issue, of course, you can apply for scholarship, email us, we see what we can do to support you. But we do recommend that each person register for the program, and then you're in it in a whole nother way versus watching it or being witness to it. It allows you to be fully in the program in a way that can transform us in very, very deeply. So what other questions do we have?
And I just want to say there's so many logistical questions. If anything's unclear after this call, you can always email support@psi-ma.com, and they will answer all of those kinds of questions for you.
Yeah. Our primary intent was to answer questions about the content and what's going to happen and all that type of thing. But of course, we welcome any questions that you have as well. And then Moto put in there for the Japanese what you're supposed to email, but that's for the Japanese.
If we have not answered your question, please re-enter it. If you have any other questions or yours wasn't answered, go ahead and type it again. I think we might be good.
Oh, we got a few more questions popping in here.
Will we learn meditations from the program that we can use throughout the coming months? Yes. And there will be 2 very special hypnotherapy sessions that we encourage you to use on a regular basis. And the reason for the specifically hypnotherapy sessions is that we hold limiting beliefs in our subconscious mind, and they are installed there from very early childhood before we have any filters. And it's those limiting beliefs that our body is functioning in response to them, and they're preventing us from being healthy and vibrant and happy. So hypnotherapy brings our brain state into a place where our subconscious is very open to new information. We're still very alert and able to discern, but it allows that new information to go into the subconscious mind and change our programs from a place where we think we have to be sick, or the abuse or the depression or whatever's there, and brings in information about freedom and light and joy and eternally healthy, vibrant, youthful bodies. So these 2 hypnotherapy sessions are very powerful. You will get those recordings. There will also be guided meditations and activations during the program. And if there's one specific that we feel like you must have and repeat over and over, we will edit that out and for sure send it to you. And you will learn enough that you can use this every day of your life without a guided practice. You will understand the practices so that you know how to bring light into your cells, how to transform your own body without needing to attend another program per se.
Yeah. Great. So, few questions about the recordings. Yes, you don't need to decide to buy the recording now. You can decide then or after the weekend. And then regarding if I missed some hours, should I still not attend? I would say if you're able to attend some of it, tend to what you can, come to what you can. Ma's work is often very holographic in the sense everything's contained in each moment. So if you can't be there, open to receiving the energy and then be there when you can. And if you have to step away. Of course, having said that, we highly recommend setting aside the time, the whole weekend, if you can, to fully be in this program. It's going to be 2 full 8-hour programs with some short pauses. So set the time aside, get into some comfortable clothes, get your good quality wet water, get your healthy snacks, get your lunch ready. And that way on the pauses, you can just relax and feel the energy, step outside, be in nature. Like being with Ma, in my experience, elevates our consciousness where we can be in a whole new level of joy and appreciation of all of life. And so we want to be able to enjoy that fully, take advantage of that fully, be in the preciousness of that fully. And to do that, setting aside everything for the weekend is really our highest recommendation of what that is there as well.
I'm wondering, someone asked about the code for Grand Design members. Maybe that's something after this call we can post in the Telegram group so it's fresh for people.
Grand Design. Yeah, we'll post it into the Grand Design Telegram group again to remind you right there. That's great. Good idea.
Great. Will we get the recording of the energy session? There's no recording of the energy session. That is you lying down and receiving. So it's not actually an interactive experience on the screen. It's Ma working and you just being there and receiving the work.
Yeah. And I saw there were a few questions there about, will Ma clear the vaccine in us, or Ma talk about the vaccine? It's such a controversial topic. What I'll say is Ma has said Ma loves and blesses us whatever we decide in our lives, and Ma will work with us and be there for us. And I'll leave it at that, because there's such polarization there, and our work is about unity and coming together and empowering each person's own sovereign choices of what they want to do with their body, and whether that's choosing to get the vaccine or not. So we don't want to make anybody wrong. We don't want to put anything there. Everyone make your own choice, love and accept and work with you as you show up. And that's really the philosophy of where Ma comes from and how we hold that.
I want to add one more thing, and I love that, Triveni. This program is about optimizing our bodies, and whatever is in our bodies know how to deal with it if they're optimized. So this cellular work will serve our bodies to do whatever is needed from whatever influences are there.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Yeah.
The recording of today's event will be available or sent by email.
Yes, we'll put out a recording of the global address to our global list. If you signed up for it, through our emails we put out, or you received information about it, then we'll be sending you the recording. If for some reason that you got the link to the Zoom from a friend, then if you want to go ahead and sign up for a mailing list, then we'll send out the recording.
Any last questions? Thank you all for staying with us. It's so fun. We got to spend more time together. Last chance, going once.
Well, I have a question, Lalita. What are you most excited about for the upcoming HealthSpan program? Because I know you've been in it with me. We've been talking and working with Ma and preparing visuals. And like, what are you most excited about for this program?
Oh, I love that question. When I met Ma, I was not well physically. I really wasn't. I had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 2 years old. So I had lived a life of a lot of pain physically, a lot of immobility. I couldn't walk a lot of times. I had so much inflammation in my body, and I really wasn't embodied. And my experience of working with Ma is really profound shift in my physical body. And I still have struggles. I don't really know anyone that has a physical body. I love shifting into the paradigm of what's possible for our bodies, and this freedom and the perfection that's available within ourselves. And I've really learned to connect with my body through my work with Ma, and to connect with my cells and my cells as beings. And I love everything about this work. I love the experience of it. I love opening to what's possible. And just being in that and leading up to it, I notice how focused I am on my light cells. That's where my mind goes. And so it shifts my whole experience of life. And I always obviously love being with Ma and anything that Ma guides us towards. So that's not really a very specific answer because I'm kind of excited about everything.
Well, your enthusiasm is felt. I love that. I love it.
How's
Yeah.
my pain now? Oh, it's a million times better. I have a lot of, this is maybe more information than you need, but I have a lot of calcification in my joints because of when my body was developing, there was so much inflammation and that causes pain, but I don't have the same kind of acute inflammation and flare-ups. And one thing I'm excited about is like, I really believe in the possibility that my body can dissolve the bone spurs. I don't know how long that'll take or what's possible, but I know it is. I know everything is possible for the body. And living with that, the pain, it also doesn't matter. But I feel very healthy and vibrant. And Ma's even told me this year that I'm stronger and healthier than ever before. And I feel like that's the case every year. I don't believe in aging because I feel like I have aged backwards. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for all of your love and your care.
It's been awesome to watch you and your journey, Lalita, and your strength and vibrancy and growing in that. Yeah.
There will be 2 hypnotherapy sessions. One is by Sai Ma and one is by Rajeshwari Ma, who's a trained hypnotherapist.
Wonderful.
Thank Ma. Well, you thank Ma inside. Go inside and thank Ma, and Ma is right there.
Yeah. One of those things we keep saying again and again and again, and Ma says it. Ma said it in a call earlier today. Don't hesitate to call upon Ma, to be in communication with Ma. And we think of being in communication with Ma like our phone call or a text or an email. Ma's speaking about it on the energetic quantum level because there's no delay then in that communication. And Ma is so available for us in a way that our linear minds, I think, have a very hard time truly appreciating. As we're moving through our life, just stopping and calling Ma in, immediately there's a presence there. And it's there because Ma and I are one, right? There's that higher self, there's that presence, and it's a way to relate to and connect with that in such a profound way. So I just invite us to bring that light and that love and that presence into our lives. Awesome. Wow. Well, thank you everyone for staying with us.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so impressed. We had like several hundred people stay through our Q&A here. I love it. I love being with you.
Yeah. We weren't sure who would come, so this has been really great.
Yeah. So any more questions as we move forward, particularly logistics questions, can email the team. We're here for you. You can go to the website there, it has more information. We'll put out the recording of the global address, and we look forward to being with you in a few weeks. And when we close, we'll put the link back up that has the QR code and the special code to register. So it's right there for you as well. And then we'll also put the Grand Design member code into the Grand Design channel as well, since those are two actions people are asking about. So we'll just hang out for a moment if there's any other final question. Otherwise, I think we'll go ahead in the chat and then close. Anything final to say for you, Lalita?
I just am so looking forward to being with all of you more. I think it's going to be really profound. And thank you for taking the time and for all of your amazing questions.
Yeah. What I'll say in closing is, I like to kind of keep my ears open to what I hear happening as much as I can in our society and different levels of our culture and around the world. And there's a lot of talk, right, around fear and uncertainty and economic uncertainty and war and all of those things. And I know so profoundly that our imagination and how we envision the future is so powerful in helping bring it forward. And so when we have someone like Ma that's like so passionate about what Ma sees is available for us as humanity and the love that's coming and the light that's coming, and how even with the shifting of the world dynamics and what's happening with technology and all of that, that there can be a brighter, more loving future, I come back to that because I know that collectively, when our intent comes together, we can manifest what we put our attention on. So right today, in this moment, we're talking about health, and we're talking about what is it to be in a body for a longer period of time and vibrancy and health. How do we create that future together? Right. And then we can create where we have our society and our education and our economic system and our political system that becomes that as well. And for me, that's what we're here for. That's what Ma's here for. That's what Awaken Life, that's what we're here for. So I'm just grateful that you're here. And I say that because I don't want you to underestimate the power that you have in the future of where we're going as a collective and individual. So however you play in that game, I'm grateful for you. It's something I'm very passionate about. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the global address with us and being in the path and the way that you are to bring the level of consciousness you have to be open to the conversations that were happening today. So keep shining, keep loving, keep being you. Thank you. Deep gratitude, deep love, deep appreciation. I honor that divine in you. Honor that in me. Om JJ Sai Ma.